All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fannon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, where I've been asked to do this video, did not want to do this video, but just so many people keep sending me messages, going to do it. And that is all of this talk about Terence Crawford, performance-enhancing substances, and a new documentary that came out on Showtime connecting an employer or a person associated with Terence Crawford with one of the biggest scandals that have taken place in sports. That is the big Balcos scandal and Victor Conti. Also, in doing so, I'm going to talk about some of the massive hypocrisy going on as it relates to Errol Spence Jr. Now, let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fannon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, and you can consider this to be a requested video. I do these every once in a while where there's a lot of people that send me messages and want to know what I think about a particular topic. And in this particular topic, there is a lot of people that are throwing accusations around at Terence Crawford, suspecting that he is using some type of illegal enhancement in his fight with Errol Spence Jr., and that resulted in an unusual amount of power for him to have in that fight. And also, this was buffered. This is backed up, not backed up, because that sounds like I'm giving it credibility. It is, I think, spurned by, pushed on by the fact that there was a movie that came out on, a documentary that came out on Netflix with somebody that is very closely associated with Terence Crawford, who has admitted that he has been involved in the illegal enhancement and is an expert in getting fighters over on it. And in one particular instance, there was a guy named Barry Bonds, a very famous baseball player, who was notoriously suspected of using those enhancements, who also was with SNAC. And SNAC is the nutritional supplement company that I call it nutritional because I don't know what it is. However, that was rumored to have been given enhancements by Victor Conti in exchange for sponsoring and signing up for SNAC. Now, before I get into the details of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support, especially the people that support in the super thanks. Really is a great way to sponsor videos on channels you like. But let's get into this. First and foremost, let me tell you this. I don't suspect Terence Crawford of doing anything. I don't suspect, let me repeat this for the people that are going to be out there and do never listen, look at the title, half read the title, guess on what the thumbnail means. I do not believe that Terence Crawford is under the use of performance enhancements. I don't believe that. Now, do I know that to be the case? Not to be the case? No, I don't know that not to be the case. Just like I didn't know it not to be the case with Alyssa Baumgardner or all kind of other people that at some point in time later on wound up having an issue with it, right? However, is there any reason that I've seen for Terence Crawford for me to believe that he is? No, I do not. So that's not me saying I think that's why Terence Crawford won the bout with Errol Spence Jr., any of that. However, if people do want to suspect things like that, it's not unreasonable to suspect it of any fighter in boxing. Any fighter, but especially somebody that is with Victor Conti, who has a reputation for doing that exact same thing. Whether it is Demetrius Andrade, whether it is Devin Haney or Terence Crawford or Mikey Garcia or any of the other athletes that are with SNAC, that are with Victor Conte, that's just going to be a natural part of you associating with somebody that has that record. There's other people as well that have that stigma on them. Memo Heredia, also the former trainer, man, I can't believe I forgot his name. The strength and conditioning coach for Manny Pacquiao, Alex Ariza. When you have Victor Conte, Memo Heredia, name left my head that quick, or Alex Ariza, if you have any of those guys that you're working with, people are going to suspect you because they're very famous and have histories for being involved with people that were heavily suspected of it. Memo Heredia for Juan Manuel Marquez, Alexis Ariza for Manny Pacquiao, and clearly Victor Conte for a whole bunch of people, right? Marion Jones, Barry Bonds, basically testifying in court and throwing a whole lot of his former clients underneath the bus, right? So that's what you get when you deal with the guy. So, it's not unreasonable for somebody to suspect it. One thing that I find interesting, though, is that many of the people who defend people who say, oh, this is ridiculous, this is just hating, because and I do believe, don't get me wrong, I do believe a lot of it is just hating. That is extreme, and it's not worth speculating about, really. Errol Spence Jr., though, out of that same camp, specifically Victor Conte, had all kind of stuff thrown at him about puppy nipples, having gynecomastia, his punch output. All of those type of things were related by a lot of cats, a lot of people who are Errol Spence Jr. haters, saying the same thing almost after every single solitary one of Errol Spence Jr.'s wins. So unfortunately, in the world of boxing that we live in, where there are a bunch of cheaters, and Victor Conte himself, I do believe, said he believed 80% of athletes are on some type of illegal enhancement. Well, if you believe 80% of them are, then there's only according to Victor Conte, there's only a 2 in 8 chance that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. are not, right? So, it's like, come on, man. That's why I say, look, I think it's okay to talk about the subject. And this is my response to the requests for the video. I think it's okay to talk about those things in generalities, because that it is rampant in sports. That it's rampant in high school sports, rampant in college sports, rampant in amateur sports, rampant in professional sports, right? That it's okay to wonder about what's going on in a broad sense, but to accuse any particular person of it just because of associations that he has or he or she has, I think is very, very unfair to that particular person. So I think it's very unfair to Terence Crawford, and I think it's very unfair to Errol Spence Jr., both of them. It does not miss me, however, that some of the same people that are throwing this out most definitely did throw it out with Errol Spence. But some of the people that threw it out with Errol Spence Jr., that did not like that it was being thrown out at Errol Spence Jr., are throwing it at Terence Crawford. So to me, I think, look, unless somebody pops, you don't know. And Terence Crawford doesn't deserve that on his name. Errol Spence Jr. doesn't need it on his name. I had this idiot come on my live stream yesterday and accuse Muhammad Ali of popping dirty in 1980. It's just crazy. But anyway, that's my take on the subject. I don't suspect Terence Crawford of anything. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.